The Dark Coven has gotten more incensed than ever before after seeing that its most powerful powers and spells have not altered your divine destiny. They have employed every forbidden magic and sacrificed a considerable lot of worldly riches in an effort to stop you, only to watch in horror as your destiny unfolds just as the universe intended. Higher powers decided your destiny. They cannot reject yet refuse to accept what was inscribed in heavenly ink long before their coven was ever formed. Accept that your ascent is more than just inevitable. It is cosmically preserved, divinely ordained, and completely beyond their control. The evil forces that are presently gathering against you are churning with wrath, no matter how enraged they get. Even if they gather in the darkness, burning black candles and uttering ancient curses, they are helpless to alter what the stars have chosen is best for you as they watch your relentless ascent. Do not be tricked. The universe has ridiculed you. They lack potency. Wrath becomes more intense by the day. You were selected. You were picked. You were picked for a splendor beyond our comprehension. The signals, the unexplainable, and understanding the experience of being special. The fire in your soul, the whispers of something greater. The cause has been present from birth. Your eyes have been forced open as others sleepwalk through life. Your spirit defies the conventional, whilst others accept mediocrity. This was written long before you breathed your first breath, and the stars aligned particularly for your journey, opening cosmic gates that are still closed. The entire fabric of existence bends to accommodate your trip between realms, and most swing wide open as you reach your name, sending echoes through ethereal hallways where fortunes are sealed and destiny is formed. However, others cannot hear it. You are never really alone because there are always eyes observing you, seeing your incredible potential bloom in line with the divine plan. Every morning when you get up, invisible powers take note. Every night in your dreams, your spirit travels to councils where ancient beings debate your development. They observe. They study your words and how you move. They have been working tirelessly under false pretenses, believing they are intelligent and powerful enough to halt what the cosmos has ordered. That person who prepares your doom while chuckling at you is aware that your strength is developing. The person in power who unexpectedly places obstacles in your path because they are terrified of who you could become. That spiritual counselor who silently mocks you. They have darker overlords than they realize. It may be a lawyer forging papers against you, a friend turning others against you by whispering lies, or someone in a uniform or with a title misusing their position to stymie your growth. When you're struggling, keep an eye on who seems to be especially interested in your flaws, who seems unusually relieved, who helps you but somehow makes you weaker. They are desperate, despite their combined efforts, their routines and techniques. You continue to climb. It enrages them to no end because they have finally realized the dreadful truth. They cannot modify your story. They expected you to be broken by now, beaten and surrendered. However, with each effort to extinguish your light, you get stronger and brighter. Your success is more than just feasible. It is predestined and etched in cosmic ink, which no dark magic or mortal hands can erase. The nightly discussions get more turbulent. Their sacrifice is greater, and their pleas to shadow creatures are more passionate for naught. They utilize dark arts blood rituals on moonless nights, ancient curses spoken into animal skulls, covenants signed with creatures they don't understand, and shaking hands throwing bones and scarlet omens to find any weakness in your cosmic armor. Every trap they construct just reflects their own nature. Every curse they cast comes back with threefold force. And every mental assault they launch vanishes when it comes into touch with your aura. There is a reason you're here. If you feel a call, respond to it. Click join to have access to a supportive community, interesting thoughts, and unique stuff. This is an awakening, not just a membership in your divine calling. Become one of the picked. Your foes are so concentrated on eliminating you that they are unaware that they are also gradually being destroyed. Their strength dwindled, their relationships strained, and their powers eroded with each unsuccessful effort. This is not your ordinary intuition, the instinct that draws you to certain people while pushing you away from others. That voice that whispers warnings into your ear. That instinctive sense that has saved your life several times. This is a gift from God, created in the fire of your prior battles. The malevolent coven felt that they could impede your eyesight since they were seasoned by all the betrayals you'd endured and sharpened by all the trials you'd overcome. They cast spells of confusion, issued false messages, and created elaborate illusions. But your soul can see through all of their tactics. You were raised in a fighting zone, not only amid suffering, and your third sight penetrates veils that make others shudder. You learn to detect danger in the slightest shift in energy and to discern falsehoods in the smallest differences. Others received delightful lessons on safety. Your survival demanded nothing less. As a result, you developed sensory abilities that others cannot grasp. You've become the dark force's most terrifying adversary because they believed you were easy prey, someone they could manipulate and drain anytime they chose. Because, unlike the others, they have met. Do you see them? You understand how they move. Your spiritual radar detects them long before they arrive. And this impenetrable, uninterrupted, and incorruptible gift becomes stronger with each attempt to disrupt it. Dreams that enable your psychic skills to develop in ways that even heavenly observers find incredible disclose adversary strategies in amazing detail. An insight that will help you evade ambushes securely. Visions that predict possibilities before they occur. Your physical senses have also been strengthened, detecting shifts in energy, smelling deception in the air, and perceiving changes in reality that others are unaware of. The Dark Coven attempted to invade your dreams, but were unable to do so because they were trapped inside your imagination and being questioned by your subconscious. They were exiled, with warnings burnt into their astral bodies. Allow your love to shine if God's gifts fill your heart to overflowing. Donate $100 or more by clicking the Super Thank You button to help cultivate seeds of faith that will transform the lives of many people. His abundance is mirrored in your giving. Allow His grace to pour through you and watch His kingdom develop. After trying to manufacture bogus synchronicity, they discovered that true cosmic signals can be consistently distinguished from fakes. They don't understand that your intuitive skills are more than simply personal gifts. Rather, global forces operate via your specific vessel. Your intuition is not yours alone. It is the cosmos speaking via your finely tuned internal systems as they conspire against you in what they believe to be the present. You've already quantum leaped out of their clutches. The version of you they are striving for no longer exists, and the period they are using is out of date. This isn't the conventional transition. You may believe that everything in your life is speeding, yet old cycles and patterns are disintegrating before your own eyes, breaking like shattered glass. You are breaking free from cycles that have imprisoned you for lifetimes, jumping frequencies at speeds that defy spiritual physics. As the cosmic wheels whirl, a huge celestial upheaval is about to unfold. Your spiritual reality experiences a parallel transformation. What seems to be a simple passage of time on Earth is really a significant dimensional leap in the universe's intentions for you. The Dark Coven continues to cast spells on a phantom version of your reality, ignorant that it will be too late when they realize you have exceeded their frequency. The time frame you have entered cannot be opened again. The portal you entered cannot be accessed, and this alteration cannot be reversed. Entities are unreachable to those who want you harm. You have outgrown their ability to contain. You outperformed, equipped their magic, and thwarted their plan. Every dawn allows you to go further into parallel realities, increasing your strength dramatically, and every sunset locks your progress, making it hard for opponents to drag you back into previous timelines when their influence was greater. Spiritual technology, what others consider normal days, are really quantum portals for you unintentionally. You have access to more than they have ever had while they are trapped on out-of-date spiritual software. The codes in your soul are programmed to automatically update your energy operating system in order to draw power from cosmic batteries. However, some are unable to grasp. Your own DNA is rearranging and rejuvenating dormant strands that link you directly to source energy. The most terrifying thing for them is that you are not alone in feeling this acceleration throughout the globe. Other individuals with similar insignia are rising at the same moment, creating a race too large a network of light for any evil coven to manage. These kindred spirits may be sensed in dreams, meditation, and intermittent times of profound connection. Their combined rise produces seismic upheavals in lower frequencies where evil forces operate. You see, the systems have been corrupted from the start, and if you pay attention, you can see that the walls are closing in. We do not beg the home for crumbs. Instead, we make our own table. Let's face it, living paycheck to paycheck, depending on the market, is a losing game. They own the property, the revenues, and the regulations, and they will keep you occupied while they load the deck. Magic, placing artificial obstacles in your path and hoping that something, anything, would slow you down. They strive to influence how others see you. They employ whisper networks to spread rumors and attempt to manipulate social media algorithms against you. That false, authoritative individual, potentially someone posing as having legal expertise, spiritual guidance, or an official position, has become critical to their plans, but pay close attention to their eyes. Notice how their confidence wanes and their voice lacks conviction. They understand that they are losing ground. This scenario, do you remember how the nothingness ate everything in its path? They sought to depict you as a victim in the never-ending drama, locked between cycles of rebirth and loss. However, the story has subsequently flipped around. While you are free, they are trapped in the circle and eaten by the emptiness they created. Their most powerful sea is the return from trance states trembling, and their most adept psychics tell disturbing visions in which they are unable to detect your energy profile in any of the normal dimensions. Confused refers to brilliant light where your destiny should be obvious. Their finest diverse scatter runes, cards, and bones in bizarre shapes. The technological surveillance they utilized failed for no apparent reason. When your name is spoken, when it focuses on your activities for a lengthy period of time, the energetic parasites it sends to drain you become sickly and malnourished, unable to extract even the smallest drop of your life energy. The spiritual traps people set are either empty or catch things they never intended to draw. Your opponents have emergency plans in boardrooms, backrooms, temples, tunnels, digital zones, and dreamscapes. Fingers pointed. Science is divided under pressure. Hierarchies collapse when lower-level members question the leadership's capacity and resources run out. Stop supporting what seems to be a useless fight against the inevitable. The black tunnel trembles as something approaches your horizon, a perfectly crafted moment that cannot be prevented. Whatever form it takes, know that the universe is aligning you with people who have similar cosmic markers. People who are equally selected, strong, and destined for great journeys. It might be a relationship that boosts your strength tenfold, a professional breakthrough that takes you beyond their grasp, or an encounter with someone who knows the missing piece of your spiritual jigsaw. The dominoes of fate are perfectly lined, and someone in the shadows is watching with terror as the pieces fall into place. They witness a clear pattern of divine intervention unfolding in front of them, and they are well aware that they are helpless to prevent what is going to occur. A crown that belongs on your head glows with expectation. The throne that has awaited you for eons is now ready. The power that is your inheritance rushes toward your extended palms. Nothing can stop the coronation. No human interference. Not black magic. Not even your own misgivings. You're about to claim your proper position. Stars have progressively shifted their places. Galactic forces have shifted their paths, and cosmic particles have altered their patterns, resulting in this ideal confluence that leads you to your destiny. These celestial mechanics have been in operation for ages. The demonic coven is attempting to stop a tsunami using spiritual technology, but they are unable to meddle with such large-scale events. Even if they can detect this massive celestial apparatus in motion paper fan, trying to use a candle to achieve planetary alignment, and using basic school magic to break global law, your adversaries have already begun preparing for the aftermath. During their most private times, Some have even begun to flee in the hopes of reaching enough distance before your full might is unleashed, while others are frantically pleading for pardon for their crimes against you. The most cunning of them have already switched sides, covertly directing their energies toward your ascension in the hopes that their early realization of your impending triumph will shield them from the consequences. Prior to your full triumph, be prepared for one final, pitiful attack, a spiritual attack that bounces off your strength and aura, a legal entanglement that unravels upon closer inspection, or a betrayal that does not hurt you as deeply as planned. They may have filed documents, made bogus claims, or bent laws to get around the law, but the roots of their deception will eventually bring it down. They are encountering opposition from the systems they are trying to use as weapons. The person who urgently wanted to keep you powerless, defenseless, and dependent is displaying their true nature to the world, not just your acute senses in front of a stunned audience. Their reputation is demolished, thread by thread, in the most pleasurable way. The black cavern itself separates from inside. Their opposition to your consent was once all that held them together. They suddenly turn on one another as their own spells fail miserably, trapping them. Websites designed for you. Their alliances dissolve owing to mistrust and blame. They thought they were lords of darkness. However, they ignore the reality that light is required for shadows to exist, and that your light exposes all they have tried to hide. The cosmic comedy in this situation cannot be missed. Everything they use against you becomes the precise stimulus for your better progress. Every obstacle they place in your road becomes the exact stepping stone you needed. Every assault they unleash becomes the exact stimulus required to activate your hidden abilities in an almost comical show of helplessness. Their most intricate strategy, which had been in the works for years and included dozens of participants in a precise formulation needing vast resources and rare elements, failed. The cosmos seems to be laughing at them when specialized equipment fail at vital moments. Key people forget key sentences, and meticulously planned astronomical alignments are disrupted by abrupt cloud formations that appear out of nowhere. Nature makes concerted efforts to keep you secure. Plants have surprising healing qualities. Animals warn you to danger and follow your unconscious directions. Even technology works in your favor in unexpected ways, with devices performing above their capacities. Connections arise despite the odds, and knowledge arrives via unknown ways, exactly when you need it. While sleeping or going about your day, you are surrounded by armies of unseen forces, fiery sword-wielding angels, ancestors whose blood courses fiercely through your veins, and celestial entities drawn to your unique spiritual signature. You can feel them when you go into a room and the vibe shifts. Recognize them when coincidences seem too wonderful to be true and recognize their existence. When you survive what may have killed you, someone connected to your soul is using powerful light magic to protect you, even if you have never met them in this lifetime. Their prayers create walls that evil powers cannot traverse, while their protecting rituals wrap you in heavenly light. The spiritual war that was all around you has already ceased. However, the battle's echoes may still be heard. Realms beyond human awareness claimed victory before the last moves were completed on our earthly board. The results were prearranged. Nothing constructed against you will succeed, including curses whispered in darkened places, poison provided via a phony friendship, intentionally designed legal traps, and falsehoods that harm your reputation spread online. Everything fired against you multiplies back to the sender. Someone who digs a chain for you eventually dies. Each link designed for you acts as a binding constraint for them. The forces charged with safeguarding you are stronger than those assigned to most souls. Guardian angels with particular expertise relevant to your goal. Spirit guides with specific expertise that aligns with your journey, as well as ancestral guardians with centuries of fighting experience. This extraordinary security detail was assigned to you for a purpose. It demonstrates how significant you are in the big picture. Cosmic plan. Because of your critical role in Earth's present evolutionary upheavals, the cosmos does not provide top-tier security to weaker actors. You are surrounded by elite spiritual forces, Your competitors are aware of the supernatural protection, yet they consistently undervalue it. They hunt for vulnerabilities but cannot locate any. They attempt to distract your attention, only to discover that your defenses operate independently of your conscious knowledge. They seek to attack when they are most susceptible, but are greeted by secondary and tertiary defense systems that activate on their own. And, most importantly, your security is continuously evolving because your spiritual protection is always upgrading itself, learning from each effort, plugging flaws before they can be exploited, and growing its capabilities beyond what any evil force can comprehend. What works against others doesn't work for you. The spark inside your DNA has awakened, lighting everything around you and making you tough to ignore. You were created to shine with stunning, dazzling brightness. Your foes are exhausted after their failed struggle against you. Their resources are depleted. Their vitality is depleted. Their alternatives are exhausted, and their spirits have been shattered by repeated failure. This is something that cannot be overlooked or ignored. They watch helplessly as you take control of what was always yours. The prosperity that is heading your way is neither tiny nor gradual. It's tremendous and indisputable. Love that fulfills your soul's greatest wishes. There is enough that will put an end to your financial concerns for good, as well as promotions to jobs that are appropriate for you. Genuine potential. Divine alignment that promotes inner peace in the middle of extraordinary accomplishment, despite the fact that they cannot touch, taint, or diminish it in any way. They will see your ascent, jubilation, and all they tried to prevent unfolding in front of their own eyes. Cosmic forces beyond their reach have signed the edict. Forces beyond their understanding have cleared your path, and the heavenly hand has sealed your victory in the stars and delivered it to you. Exact moment in time. You can't alter your destiny. You can't halt your ascent. You cannot reject your fate. The universe just giggles since what has been written for you beyond their limited capacities. The dark coven rages in hopeless anger. Beyond personal success, this win has far-reaching consequences that benefit many others. For example, doors that you open continue to be open to those who follow. The walls you take down remain destroyed for future travelers, and the light you create lights paths for souls you may or may not meet. Remember this key fact: you were chosen for impact rather than ease. All of the hardships you faced were designed to develop you into the precise instrument needed for this historic moment. They were never punishments, just preparations. They were not terrible accidents, but deliberate modifications. Expect a big reaction from reality when you completely use your power. Manifestations will occur practically immediately. Synchronicity will multiply beyond coincidence, resulting in continual confirmation. Abundance will come in tidal waves, not trickles. Connections will emerge from magnetic inevitability rather than laborious cultivation, and the cosmos will murmur your name reverently. The elements will respond to your presence. With celebration, time bends to accommodate your motions, and reality reshapes itself to serve your goal. Your grandeur has been waiting for you since the beginning of time. Embrace it now.